This is Subconscious TV. King Norman, we're back. Today's little bitty class is going to be on crystals. Basically, we're going to go over cleansing crystals, how to charge them up, and how to program them. Let's get started. Method number 1 for cleansing crystals. Salt water. So I grab a bowl of water and I simply pour inside of it salt, sea salt, Celtic salt, doesn't matter. It's all in the desired intent and focus. So I pour in my salt as such. Then I take my crystals and I submerge them in the salt water. You can let them sit overnight from one day to the next, or basically a minimum of 8 hours. And when working with smaller crystals and stones and geodes and gemstones, you would like to use this method. You can also take rose quartz and quartz and use rose water, and that will like amplify its energy and help to cleanse it a little bit more, a little bit better, and kind of advance in the progress. In the process. So this is method number 1. Method number 2, which is another method for smaller crystals. Salt. Once again, you can use salt, sea salt, Celtic salt, just salt. It's all in the desired intent and focus. So you would take your crystals as such, have quartz points, take my quartz points and just submerge them inside the salt and let them sit from one night to the next, one day to the next, or a period of 8 hours minimum, or until you feel that they've been cleansed. You can even run a pendulum over top of them as a form of higher self to determine or get it or to get an affirmation or an assured answer as to whether they are cleansed or not. So method number 3. Method number 3, you can smudge them. Smudging is basically another form of air magic. You can smudge them with Palo Santos, which is good for cleansing and balancing the chakras, and the ancestors love it. Or if not, you can smudge with sage. So as you see, I have a sage bundle of white sage, and this is my abalone shell, as you can see. So, you know, I like the sage. Once you like the sage, take a crystal, you can heavily smudge it. So basically, that's like 3 methods of charging up your crystals. I apologize. That's 3 methods of cleansing your crystals. So now that we have cleansed the crystals and have cleared them, now let's go into charging them up, which is quite simple. 3 main methods can be 24 hours under the sunlight. Method number 2, 24 hours underneath the moonlight. Method number 3, 24 hours buried in dirt, such as onyx, black onyx, or any type of grounding stone, especially if it's a black stone. You can bury it in Mother Earth. Hematite, red jasper, all the same. There's also a fourth method, which I showed you, basically in the cleansing process, because you can cleanse and charge them up at the same time when you put them in salt water. So basically from one night to the next, in a basic 8-hour period, they can be cleansed and charged up. So now that we've gone over cleansing the crystals and clearing them, and we just went over how to charge them up, which I'll go over one more time. 24 hours in sunlight, or 24 hours in moonlight, or buried for 24 hours. Now, if it's sunstone, it can only be charged up in the sun. If it's moonstone, it can only be charged up in the moon or underneath the moonlight, because if you charge one or the other under the opposite energy, it will strip the energy. Okay, now let's go over programming them, which is so simple. The magical formula is desire, intent, and focus. What is magic? Magic is bringing about change in accordance with will. And if you can't see it in that fashion, look at magic as a form of science. Basically, you need your desire, intent, and focus, or your imagination. You must use your visualizations, because you are limited to your imagination. So basically, you use your desire, intent, and focus, close your eyes, and you visualize what you want the crystal to do, when you want it to work, and in what areas you want it to work. So that's method number 1 of programming your crystals. Method number 2 of programming your crystals. Method number 2 would be incense magic, which is another form of air magic. Take the incense, same thing. Take the incense and smudge it. Or, if not in that fashion, you can simply put it in an incense holder and keep the crystals around them. And basically, as the incense goes burning down, it's basically manifesting whatever you have petitioned or whatever you have programmed the crystals to do. So it's kind of like a working spell in progress. So that's method number 2, and that deals with air magic. Method number 3, quite simple. Candle. Today I'm going to use a tea light candle. And candle magic is a form of fire magic. So you basically put it in the palm of your hand, as such. Put your dominant hand over your non-dominant hand, close your eyes, and basically use your magical formula, desire, intent, and focus, and basically tell it what you want it to do. And if you want to put more energy into it, you can blow into the candle. And the same thing applies. You can basically take the candle and put your crystals around the candle or next to the candle. And the same thing applies. You can let the candle burn until it goes out, not blowing it out, because then you can hijack the magic. And then basically, as it is burning, you are manifesting the desired intent and focus in the desired crystal that you have programmed and manifested that energy into. So now that we went over cleansing crystals, charging them up, and programming them, that's basically it, family. So I've showed you how to cleanse them, how to charge them up, how to program your crystals. So remember, 3 methods again. Holding crystal in your hand, closing your eyes, and using your visualizations. Remember, it is almost impossible to do magic without using your visualizations. So you must visualize what you want it to do in order to program it. Form number 2, Incense Magic. It can easily be charged up doing air magic. As a matter of fact, with the incense, I've charged up many rooms, many sigils, everything. And then the other method that I've given you is basically candle magic or fire magic. There's another form or way that you can program it. But other than that, this is the lecture for today. Peace to the family. This is Soul Conscious TV. Like and subscribe to the channel, please. And check us out on Facebook. But remember, as a spiritualist, you always see us on with a whole bunch of crystals, necklaces, bracelets, and things and whatnot, because if you understand that crystals are not only energy, but they're also forms of life and forms of minerals, which is why you can put crystals in your water, certain type of crystals, because some crystals are considered to be toxic. So certain crystals you put inside your water to amplify its energy. It could be for metabolism, it could be for healing, it can be for, basically just feeling better and whatnot, to help raise the energy. So it can be used for energy because of energy. Same thing with plants and soil. If you have plants, you can put crystals inside of the soil, on top of the soil. You can bury it in the soil, however you want to do it, because remember, soil has minerals and crystals are minerals. Water has minerals, crystals are minerals, so they amplify those other minerals. But that's basically it, family. Of course, for today. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Check us out on Facebook. Peace.